don't have control over that, shut up, crow. All right, we don't care if there's a black crow over there. Most people scared of crows. Now the crow dipped. He or she, whomever may come back. But guess what? I asserted my territory. I asserted my dominance by telling them to shut up and dip. And it did, at least for the time being, you know? That's what you have to do in this life. You have to assert your dominance, mark your territory, and go hard for your goals. As you can see on the side, I am literally benching 225 for my 1 rep max, and I failed. You know why I failed? Because 2 days ago, prior to that recording, triceps was given out. I didn't feel it until an hour before that workout, but I still kept going. I still decided to do it. I still decided to take that risk. I still decided to go to the gym and hit arms. I still chose that. I still did. Probably when most people wouldn't have. Felt a little bit of pain and would have called it quits. Nah, not me. I got that dog in me. We big dogs over here. You know, that's what we do. We go out here and we win. We go to a failure like Tom Platz, you know, Olympic gold medalist in bodybuilding, all the different accolades. You know, he's one of the best. He is the quad father, nicknamed the quad father for a reason. You don't know his story. Yeah, he never wanted to be a failure. His own football coach said, "You'll never be anything in life." And he took that personally. But that's back in like the 80s. He grew up in like the 70s and 80s. So like, yeah, when you could say that, you know, and you wouldn't get backlash from parents, you know, and the media, because that wasn't even around like that back then. You know, and that's how you need to be in your personal life. You have to train until failure. You know, I surprised myself the way, I warmed up. Obviously, I warmed up, try to get my mind right and everything. Breathe, pushing, you know, just warming my muscles up and everything. But to lift that up and to bring it down and not drop it, but control. You have control over the weight. You have control over your life. That's how it needs to be. It's how it always has and always will be. You control the weight. You control your life, your emotions, your mentality, your mindset, everything, your belief system. That you need to have control over that. If you don't have control over that, shut up, crow. All right, we don't care if there's a black crow over there. Most people scared of crows. Now the crow dipped. He or she, whomever may come back. But guess what? I asserted my territory. I asserted my dominance by telling them to shut up and dip. And it did, at least for the time being, you know? That's what you have to do in this life. You have to assert your dominance, mark your territory, and go hard for your goals. But that's the problem. Most people don't know what they want to do. Most people, you know, are kind of lost. They don't have a goal, a mission, a passion, and that takes some time. You know, but once you find that, you have to lock in, you have to dial in on it. You have to get in the right mentality. You almost have to do a whole identity shift to really become and start to slowly embody the person you want to become. You have to believe it, you have to envision it, you have to, you know, carry almost a whole new persona if you need to. Change your whole identity and everything. You know, but once you find out what that is, some people are afraid to take the risk, but if they fail, you probably will, realistically. What's success without failure or struggle? You know, what if people judge me? We're always gonna have doubters, judgers, haters, ignorance. Like, we're always gonna have that. I feel like we were, innately meant to have that. And guess what? There's not much you can do about that. If you have haters, guess what? You're on the right path. You're making a change. You're going against society's norms and indoctrinating everything. You're going against everything and you're making your own rules, creating your own legacy. This is your life. It's a video game, it's a simulation. Take control of it. Like in the gym. This summer, I'm hitting 225. Even if it's 1 rep. All right? And then later, I'm gonna hit it for 5 reps. Then I'll be able to max it out for 10 plus reps. You know? Obviously, gaining more weight, of course. You know, you can only bench so much at a certain body weight for so long. And then, you know, I'm tall, so like I kind of have to gain more weight just to fill the frame out a little bit more, you know. But nonetheless, that's still pretty strong. Functional strength, relative strength, physical strength, brute strength, all of that, right? So you got to do that. You got to want to win. And man, I'm going to tell you right now, that is how winners are made. All right, but that's the end of this video. Hope y'all enjoyed. Hope this resonated with you. Comment down below if this resonated with you. Comment any other future videos you may want to see. Subscribe to the channel if this is the type of content that's interested in you. You know, if this is something you can just internalize, get in that mentality, get into that dark mode. If you know someone who needs to see this video, share this video with them deeply, urgently. And in the link in the description down below, if you haven't seen, I'm gonna put the link to the Tom Platz video. It's only 1 minute. I cut it up, none too long. And you'll see what he's talking about, and you're gonna internalize it to be the best. Even if you're not into bodybuilding, hear what he's talking about. Compare it to your life and implement those same principles in your life. I'm telling you, even if you're not a big gym bro, still, he makes a valid point that most bodybuilders can't do. All right, until next time, I'm gonna see you on the next one.
Excellent! Train! Oh, you're getting stronger, David. Come on, give me 3. Come on! Come on! Congratulations. You achieved failure. Failure has been achieved, thank God. Now, the only place to go from failure is to win. You have to achieve failure. You have to take it that far. Nobody wants to go that far. It's too scary. But you know something? I got news for you. That's where winning is.
And I think that's the way it works. You gotta have good and bad. In life, there's good and there's evil, and there's good and bad. And a lot of times when evil and heavy, terrible things comes along in your life, it's really an opportunity. And everything I looked at in my life that's been bad, or like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I think back now, it gave me an opportunity. You know, I wasn't the chosen one. I wasn't chosen to be this.